It's a third game, a third Skiter Spectre. Liquid, though, looks like they've come up with some nice stuff to deal with the sort of the length of a game that a Spectre wants to play in.
Yeah, definitely look like they're starting to think of some new ideas too, right? Because they open with this Night Stalker as well versus the Spectre, because they're probably thinking, we know where the Spectre's going. Night Stalker's lane, not the greatest. Spectre, you know, you can just play around this. Now, Night Stalker now gets given that lane that he can actually play in. Instantly, that Undying comes out, and we see that there's going to be some counters coming out from Mud Golems. But I love this Liquid draft. I think it's very, very strong around this mid-game, early centric timing, which is exactly what you want to play against versus a Spectre. I really think that they can end this game pretty early. I love this. I love this Lycan pick. Yeah,
the Lycan finisher seems. It seems pretty good. It looks like this is going to be a game where qojqva's going to be able to run rampant around the fights, and not really too much Mud Golems can do to slow that Lycan down.
No, and then I see, you know, they pick this Legion Commander, so they have a Dispel to be able to remove at least like one of those silences, and also some Wave Clear and stuff like that, like versus the Earth Spirit. But you can't remove Night Stalker silence. That's one of the big ones. Like if he gets on top of the Ember Spirit, press the attack won't save them. Sure, they're gonna have a lot of heals coming in from the Soul Rip, the IO, and that press the attack, but the control will be there. Liquid has a ton of control. Mud Golems has very limited. A duel and a chains to control a Lycan.
We'll see if Liquid's able to play at the sort of the pace, the tempo they want to, because that is the thing though, right? For Liquid's lineup, if this lineup isn't winning the game at, say, I mean, what sort of timer would you give it? There is going to be a point where if they haven't ended it, this Spectre's probably going to just win the late game, right?
Yeah, I'd say like 35.
35 at a push, yeah.
Yeah, unless they have like you know, like a 10-15,000 gold lead, of course. Then they can maybe take it later on. But yeah, I think that 35-minute mark is when Liquid really wants to hit their big peak and look to close it out here versus this. I mean, it is a strong scaling lineup for Mud Golems. It's just very limited in team fight and very limited in your catch, especially versus a hero like Lycan, who versus Tombstone versus IO, these heroes do nothing to you. You run rampant and just pick and choose your targets. See how qojqva does this. They do end up doing the lanes a bit different than I thought it would be. I actually thought it was going to be mid lane on the Lycan, but they put miCKe mid.
That's something that we're seeing come out from some of these high-level players, the old mid snap fire.
Yep.
Would you imagine it is going to be done with the Ags being the item that miCKe is going to rush from the mid position?
Maybe that mech first into the Ags, but yeah, it's still very likely that he might just rush the Ags. I don't mind mech though. I think it fits really well with that Lycan, and it fits that whole push style if he wants to go for early. Even though it's very awkward, it's very strange to have your mid. Good possibility.
See who's able to sort of come out on top of this matchup. I mean, Boranija has been showing us some incredibly strong mid performances, but miCKe just across the board. In both games so far, even the one that they've lost, miCKe's players in top tier.
Yep, and he has played this Snapfire before. Sure, it wasn't a mid Snapfire the time they did play. It was kind of like an off-lane aggro one. He was beyond godlike that game. He went absolutely berserk. In mid lane, he actually is already pressuring Boranija off the creep wave a bit.
Doing so very nicely here. Make sure that he's able to hold the creeps in a very favorable positioning. It's easy CS as miCKe landing very, very well against the Ember.
Yeah, Boranija has to be careful. He just gets killed. Next cookie, if he doesn't dodge with the slide, or if he doesn't have his flame guard up, he just dies.
miCKe's crushing this.
Yeah,
this way he's holding it.
I guess that's why they chose to do these lanes rather than having a trade farm lane, which would have been the case with the Lycan in mid. This actually can pressure Boranija a little bit. Boranija, there's that shield.
I mean, they're both getting low. They're pushing this to the limits here. miCKe, he's got the fairy fire, turns the cookie on the green. Wow!
Beautiful.
Oh, that was brilliant. Oh, that was brilliant there from miCKe. Cooking in the creep. He was not ready for that one, Boranija.
Nope. The range creep that turned to hit him.
Yep.
Very fancy. Very nicely done.
miCKe, yeah, he's showing he's very comfortable with those sort of plays, those sort of moves. His mid snap fire looking pretty hot.
Yeah, and we didn't really touch on too much about the top lane, but we see why they went for this type of pick on the Night Stalker. But the Undying is shutting him down hard. And we're gonna watch this one really quickly.
I mean, that was beautiful.
Beautiful.
I mean, you can feel sort of the build-up. Neither of those mids were going to give up on that. Hey, miCKe's giving himself a clap. I mean, you can't blame him there. He knows. You feel those sort of plays.
Especially when you... And the other funny thing is, like, these guys, of course, they're super high MMR players, super talented, but when you're not a natural mid player either, that must feel that much better. You're like, I got their mid player.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Doing it against Boranija as well, you know, arguably one of the standout mids that we've seen here.
We see top. They push Boxi out a little bit here to the tower, and they have slowed down his farm, but either way, it's a Night Stalker. You're getting away with the lane. You're happy, even if you are getting shut down a bit because of this Undying pick. MiLAN dying to Wolves as well as iNSaNiA. One more right click.
It nearly does it again there, miCKe. I mean, Boranija having to struggle back with these bold charges.
And he's actually threatened off the wave now, because now Earth Spirit's missing, so he can't actually show. He has to hope for bottom rune, but miCKe is already going for it. And
they're going to be able to hold both of them. Boranija's not getting either. Unless this Undying FATA's able to do anything about pushing Taiga off. But he's not. It's bottom. miCKe is going to get the full bottle refill. I think the only sort of saving grace for Boranija being that it wasn't some crazy rune. The Invis rune, unlikely to allow him to set up on Boranija's. Boranija is going to have to make that walk back to base.
miCKe is going to be 6 when he gets back. It's a level 4 Ember versus a level 6 Snapfire in a second.
It's crushing it.
Oh, man. I mean, clearly the better decision to have that Snapfire mid and putting qojqva bot is, I mean, qojqva, he's free farming down here anyway. The pressure from Legion and IO is just not there. And miCKe level 6, he can just set up a kill if he sees him. If he gets a good connection of a cookie. He's just gonna launch the ult.
Okay. I mean, this is pretty annoying to come back into the lane towards. You know, pretty much the whole of your HP taken away. He has got a salve and, of course, the bowl. But yeah, no, miCKe just opting for the straight-up damage to just open things up as Boranija returns.
Okay. I mean, he's going to push the wave in and then allow him to go for this bounty rune and steal it away from him, so...
Yeah, that's probably the big move there. Yeah, exactly that. Holding him in that position and unable to contest his bounty.
Yeah, because it looks like a really awkward one, because it looks kind of wasted, but getting them the bounties is definitely what the move is there for, and he's already secured the lane.
And now, you know, Boranija is just in an awkward place to try and lane again. He's able to dodge the cookie. And Taiga's able to come in with the roll. Slow as well. Have they got enough damage? No. Boranija is going to be able to step away, but getting through these bottle charges. And if miCKe is able to control the 6-minute rune coming up in 25 seconds, it's potentially going to be another bit of the laning stage where Boranija might have to take a walk back to base if he doesn't get enough regen fueled out. And he's only got boots coming out, no salve or anything. So they get the 6-minute rune on Liquid. This lane is not going to get any easier for Boranija.
No, I think Taiga should just TP back mid. I think he just keeps playing around the mid lane with this catapult. Top, Boxi doesn't need help anymore. It's nighttime. He's already got that level 4, level 5. I'd like to see them play around that mid lane again. But miCKe actually finding an arcane rune, maybe he makes a move. But yeah, we see Taiga TPing in toward the mid.
Boranija has got the 6 though, so
he does.
Paired.
Skiter is getting away with full free farm on the Spectre as well, so unable to really contest him, but this is the choice that Liquid made with these picks.
They're gonna go for it mid. Roll him, Remnant is out, and Boranija is able to step back. He'll live, and he'll go for the TP back to base as well, refuel.
So much pressure on him though. Every single time, and he's suffering. He's 1,000 net worth behind miCKe, a full level behind 2. Comes back in, instantly loses his flame guard to the scatter blast.
Because all action. We've been eyes on the mid lane. What's been going on the side lanes? What's sort of the status here?
Boxi's was really passive. He's just getting hit spammed by FATA. FATA's just pulling. Bottom it's just been really passive farm sides. Like IO and LC, they're playing the heal. And they're just playing the heal in the farm. So you see that 33 is very farm, but they haven't slowed down qojqva.
Try and get the damage from the kisses. On with the lift up from iNSaNiA. The damage is nearly going to be there. One more blast might do it. He's able to get it in, and he's got it.
Got him.
Okay, coming in with the kisses.
He can still look to go again, too. They have ults.
The ult. They're going to be charging in on this. miCKe on the side. He's going to cookie over towards FATA. Blast is there. FATA, he's taken out. A second kill for qojqva. Now even MiLAN. Has MiLAN got anything to tether to? He's over towards the creeps, but it's turning deeper into enemy territory as they're chasing down. Find a 3rd kill from this. Already just signs of Liquid feeling very confident with the speed they want to play in this game with the draft they've got.
And they do have to set this type of pace here, because it is the Spectre who is still free farming. And they are farming, they still are farming while in their lanes on Mud Golems. This Tricore is still getting a decent amount out of all of this. But Liquid definitely making the right moves. And it is just going to be an Ags rush this game on miCKe. So no mech in between. He's just going for full aggression. And he does have some real good targets to throw in. Lycan and Night Stalker. Just getting Night Stalker, getting Boxi into position with Crippling Fear is going to be pretty crazy. Doesn't have to go for a mobility item himself. He can just get tanky on Boxi. Mid. Boranija.
Be prepared to get out. They've got the lift into the roll, but he's got the slight dodge. Remnant's prepared, and Boranija avoids the gang.
Boranija. All right, I gotta practice. I keep saying this because his name wrong every time.
I mean, honestly, I don't know the correct pronunciation. I pronounce it as a soft J, as that's...
Yeah, it's probably right. I always just think it says ninja, so then I'm just like, oh, Boranija, because he's a ninja. I don't know. It just fits.
Maybe it was a spelling error in the name creation.
Up top.
Skiter. They've got the setup, and the damage is there. I mean, miCKe, he is really utilizing just how powerful the damage from these kisses are early in the game. He's just not slowing down. Every time it ults up, he's swinging over to a side lane. With the setup of heroes like Taiga, I guess when you look at their lineup, actually, pretty much all the heroes around miCKe have got solid ways to charge in and just allow miCKe to land these kisses pretty easily.
Yeah, he's got so many good targets to cookie as well. These three strong melee heroes that can get into the front lines. And yeah, like we said, once he gets the gobble up, that's going to be huge for these heroes to get on top of everybody. We do see bottom Mud Golems. They were able to at least pressure bottom during the cooldown of the Lycan ult. But qojqva, he's got book 2 already finished at the 9-minute mark. This is, tempo is going to really start getting set here by Liquid. Going to turn into daytime though, but Boxi does have Dark Ascension available if he'd like to pressure. Yeah, I think qojqva likely to set up for another tower here soon. Probably the top one. But if he sees an opportunity for a kill in mid, he can definitely still look for a kill and a tower with his ult. A little bit of time for Mud Golems to catch back up here in this farm that they do need after this little bit of a rough start here.
Still as you say, getting the farm and the cause. Slipping too far behind in gold.
No, 33 still, he's very farmed on this Legion. Is straight blade mail brown boots. Now he has phase boots finished up, so he's gonna have that hard control, especially for like the Lycan. There is a lot of different things that he has to watch out for. He does get a duel off, those Mortimer kisses, as we've seen time and time again. They may just make him lose a duel. Liquid's actually just going to play it a little bit more on the farming style here, as they've gotten such a good start. They're actually popping the book to hit some Ancients with qojqva. Everyone's just looking to get a little bit more farm.
Top lane Boxi. It's in on the tower. See if qojqva wants to swing up there. As level 3 Necro book done it. 11 minutes in.
My God, pretty perfect timing coming out for him. We'll have to wait for it to come back up, but the downtime is not too high. Definitely look to set up, and this book is going to be extremely problematic. The Mud Golems lineup does not deal with these summons at all. It's top.
They're trying to go for Boxi.
The silence is out, though.
In 33 with the relocate. He's not able to get him with the duel. The silence is causing too much of an issue. Now it's the counterplay for Liquid. They go straight away to miLAN. Get him out before the relocate takes 33 back out of this. Now Liquid, they can just try and dive in for more. The Magnetize being kept upon them all. The Horn is there for Skiter. He's over towards Taiga. Taiga will get left behind. Skiter cleans up the Earth Spirit. Can they get more out of this? Boranija trying to chase with the slight chains. The setup's there on a miCKe. iNSaNiA, he's still alive. He's able to step back. Boxi, qojqva, and miCKe turn towards FATA, and with the cookie stun, goes down.
Liquid had to kind of reset away from the fight after the haunt. qojqva didn't have the book up until just now, but as soon as that book gets popped, Mud Golems has to back away. And again, Liquid just hitting big every time here. It's a haunt, but it's a haunt to get a very small kill. yeah, we're really feeling that pressure from Liquid. And Skiter, he's actually going to itemize to try to deal with the summons, because it's going to be a huge problem for them in these next, for pretty much the entirety of the game. So he's going to queue up the Radiance. I mean, it's going to take him a very long time to get it, but...
I mean, the whole time it's going to take for him to get it is... That's going to be quite a window for Liquid to push their lead, but it's definitely one of those things that will absolutely pay off, right? If they're able to get this Radiance on the Spectre, say before they even lose any tier 3s, then the game does get very difficult for Liquid, because the scaling is going to be infinitely more so from this Spectre with a Radiance build.
Yeah, Liquid, they still have to press the issue for it. 2K gold lead, not quite enough at this point here as the duel mid.
It's right. He's going to go straight away for the duel. Kick to the side. miCKe's not going to go down to this. Now, iNSaNiA coming in with a stolen remnant, closes the gap. 33 still trying to dive in, but there's not enough damage. Tombstone taken out immediately, but the kisses are coming out. 33 trying to charge in, but Taiga, he's in with the roll. The heals there, miLAN. Oh, he gets 33 out. Quick tether onto the Legion, and 33 will be saved. miLAN's going to be coming back in, though, and is there anything for him to tether to? 33 running in from the side. It's onto FATA as qojqva and Taiga chase down the Undying. The ult coming out from qojqva as he's ready to chase for more. Into the river he goes. Boxi trying to find the silence onto Boranija. Boranija's got another remnant to throw out, but Boxi closes the gap. He's in with the crippling fear, and they have the burst to take him down whilst he's caught under the duration and surroundings of that silence.
Every time the summons get popped, it's too much for them to deal with, and they dove hard trying to get these kills, trying to take advantage here at all of the downtime of qojqva's ult and his book. They couldn't. Kickback from Taiga was phenomenal there, just to reset the positioning and just get his whole team there to back up. And I believe, yeah, miCKe, he's 600 gold away from an Aghanim, so easier forms of initiation for them. And they see Skiter farming a lane right now. Taiga, no hesitation.
The cookie. Taiga perfectly holding the stun to maximize the lockdown. The blade mail does come out though. Skiter, can they burst him? They can. Get the kill. FATA's going to come in, and he hasn't got the catch. Liquid able to get away with that. Very cleanly done. iNSaNiA's out with the TP. miCKe and Taiga heading into the trees. FATA will drop the tombstone down to try and find him. Can they get him range for the duel? They can't. Oh, not quite in time there. So miCKe's out with the TP. 33 couldn't quite finish the cast animation in time.
Liquid's just kind of dancing on them around the map here now. Look at top. Boxi's just hitting the tower. qojqva getting immense amounts of space from all this too. Gets a Hyperstone finished up. His ult's going to be back up in 35. Liquid's doing an excellent job so far of just playing around Mud Golems and just playing to their strengths. Playing around miCKe, this tanky beast who Aghanims is online, so... That's a free initiation tool for Boxi and qojqva to just get on top of the targets that they'd like to. Just focus fire them.
Yeah, and some of these targets, I mean, I guess really the both supports, they're just guaranteed kills, right? Someone comes flying in onto the Undying Pyro, they're going to be taken out straight away.
I feel like most of these heroes are honestly free kills. If like Boxi gets tossed in and he has his silence on, Ember's going to die if any type of follow-up comes in with the stun. And it's very similar even for the Legion. Like there's just a lot of different forms of damage. Liquid, they're not lacking that at all. As immediately, it looks like they were thinking about going into the pit. But actually going to try to find a kill here first. They're in this downtime. Skiter is able to farm, I believe, a triple or quad ancient stack. So at least about halfway to Radiance.
Slowly but surely.
Liquid, they'll get a free Roche here. No way the Mud Golem can contest it either. Even though they have vision, they see them walking in. It's an impossible task for them to fight around there at this point.
Just goes down far too quickly here. For the summons. Trail Impulse, Aura. Even just the extra little bit of armor reduction there from Lil Shredder to start things off.
Immediately looking at mid. Silence is out. Can Boxi get on top? He cannot. Did they have the gobble up? I think they could have gobbled up. miCKe had it. Okay. They're gonna find him anyway. Boxi's in.
Whoa!
Oh, I think he disconnected.
I almost feel bad.
Yeah, it looked like he
Boxi even giving him the feels bad. Oh.
I think he's dead because of that. Because they're gonna gobble up. miCKe's gonna gobble up and throw iNSaNiA.
That's unfortunate to DC like that.
He's either rolled in by Taiga or tossed the Rubik into a lift, and
I mean, that's just unfortunate, DC, in that sort of situation, as he will die.
Yep.
Finishing off there with the gobble up.
Oh, that hurts. He was just finally getting kind of caught back. He just finished up the Maelstrom too. 0-3-1 this game, Boranija. Struggling. As immediately all of Liquid, they're looking for bottom. Boxi's already in.
Boxi. He's in, ready to set things up. The kiss is coming in. miCKe not quite got the reach though. As MiLAN's out with the TP. 33 still left behind, and he's out before the void comes back up. So Boxi can't cancel it.
Nice TPs. A little bit of wasted time there for Liquid. Immediate line is drawn, and yeah, that was a decent amount of wasted time though. Them actually not getting any of those kills. They may have been able to pressure pretty hard for a tier 2 or something like that with his book and with the Lycanol and with Aegis. A little bit of downtime then. Mud Golems they need as much downtime as possible. 6k gold lead. Liquid just doing everything right so far here. Not slipping up at all.
Yeah, or just 900 away from the AC on qojqva.
The Wolves to scout Skiter.
Oh.
And there's the gobble up. Oh, it's actually whips.
They close the gap here. And they've got the change stun, but MiLAN's got the save. They'll take Skiter out. If they're going to be able to save one another here, as...
Oh, a nice steal. Press the attack.
He's back in, but there's no way to tether across. Instant silent comes into play.
Keeps the Spectre alive, though. A little bit of a mistake there from Liquid, missing off the initial gobble up. Save from MiLAN. And onto the tier 2. Should be able to get it before that outpost. Should be able to claim them. They're pinging it immediately. qojqva should be able to deny a lot of experience to the side of Mud Golems and just play around that outpost.
They're just continuing to hit all the timings that they need to, Liquid.
Yeah.
It's exactly how you could have imagined the planning for how they want to run this draft went down. 19 minutes in, 7k lead. Yeah, I feel it, yeah.
I think he's having a phenomenal game as well. Like 3-0-3 when he's just a Night Stalker is good stuff.
I think a bit of that is down to the fact that Skiter's opting to go for sort of the big payoff route, going for the Radiance build-up. You know, so he's not turning up to fights with Drums or Manta, getting involved. So Liquid are getting more space to do things, you know, and this is being done so because they are going to play for the idea that Skiter gets the Radiance done. Maybe Liquid can't push in, then the turnaround begins. And he's getting very close to the Relic right now, Skiter.
If they can't push in, it's not about the Radiance. It's really like the next item that he's able to get, right?
Sure,
the Radiance will help him get the farm and deal with those things, but he needs a lot more because he's still going to be very squishy even with that. The damage that's coming off from Liquid is high. They've got a lot of sustain though, right? If the IO's in, they're buffing up the Spectre with the press the attack of the Soul Rip. Goodbye. Oh, maybe not. Oh,
he's
actually able to get out. All right, triumphant beeps indeed. As that was an ult from Snapfire that he was able to get away from. qojqva still on the chase.
There we go. The Relic is done on Skiter.
He's forcing the Remnant back. They did actually see it, but they didn't go to set up on it just yet. Now they will.
They get the rolling on the Boranija. Boranija is going to be saved. The side he goes. Press the attack from 33, keeping him safe. I don't know, if Skiter gets this Radiance, I think there could start to be a little bit of a difficulty for Liquid. You know, once Radiance is done on Spectre, if Liquid mess up one high ground push and Skiter's cleaning up, and this game's going to fall apart pretty quickly, despite Liquid's lead right now. They can't afford to make mistakes against this Spectre with the Radiance nearly done.
Yeah, maybe like one mistake. Maybe they can have the one if Skiter doesn't get the cleanup kills. If Skiter gets cleanup kills when he has Radiance, it'll be disastrous. But they still do have a very good core with their tri-core. It's still off to a very, very good start here. Like qojqva, AC plus Necro, like Boxi's massive as well with all the auras. They are itemizing to be able to deal with this, and they are still at this level where one throw I think is okay. Two will be their demise probably. And continuing to pressure the map, not giving up kills either. I mean, it's 13-1. They've given up only the one from Taiga early on. But there we go. Radiance about to be done.
Very close, yeah.
Trying to stack some camps for him to farm. They will. No Radiance. Will be finished. And yeah, Liquid's gonna have to deal with it. They are going to be aware that it's going to be coming out soon, and it's going to be fairly strong versus those summons. And with the back of all the heals, it could be enough to turn it. Like these soul rips,
they
the
can
max,
keep the Spectre
tether,
alive. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot to offer him. There's a lot to keep him strong, even when he does just have the Radiance along.
Yeah. And I see them itemizing to deal with the summons, right? Like Crimson Guard also for 33. Radiance
he's got
on
Skiter. Yeah, you're right.
Maelstrom on Boranija. It's all these things to deal with those summons.
Yeah, they're certainly making all the right moves from behind here, Golems.
It's just so hard for them, Skiter. He's showing his face right now. And here comes the toss in onto Taiga.
The mark though, still. They get the slow. They're actually just going to take him out straight away. MiLAN's not messing around here. Instant disengage. A quick TP back over as they are. Gonna think about fighting to keep MiLAN safe. We're rolling. The silence is there onto MiLAN. MiLAN, he'll get popped. Take down the IO. He's going to buy back straight away here. See if they can continue to find anything out of this fight. Golems 33 trying to charge him, but Boxi turns straight over towards him. The kisses are coming out. 33's got to step away. He's put the blade out, but they've got the lift up rolling onto MiLAN. Taiga, he's in the midst of it all here. Focusing down the IO. The Sire brought back for this one. Can they keep MiLAN alive? They can't. MiLAN goes down, but they get the duel. They've locked down qojqva. qojqva's going to die deep underneath the tier 2 town. Boranija, he's going to see if he can chase for more. Remnants out, closing the gap on Boxi. Chains are going to be up in a second. Boxi's still pretty tanky. Boranija gonna get out that one further step. Down Boxi. Boxi's going to try for the TP out, but they've got the damage. Our Golems will manage to fight back, hold on to tier 2, and get themselves a fight that, despite what was a 9k lead, does work in their favor. They push back Liquid.
Yeah, great buyback from MiLAN to save it. And also the way the fight turned out, Liquid actually walked, it was resetting to the point where the Tombstone is about to be worthless because of where the fight was going. And then Liquid actually pushes back into the Tombstone and actually makes it useful for Mud Golems there. Maybe just not giving them enough respect about how much strength they do have with Skiter, with all these heals. Press the attack, tether, soul rip, just so many different forms to buff them up.
Liquid, I think that timer is starting to tick a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely, as you say, if Skiter gets his next time done, if he gets that Manta, they're going to have to pull off some big moves to kill this Spectre in the midst of the team fights. Skiter he's going to be able to live. And a high chance that a lot of damage is going to be done by him.
I think Liquid, it's going to be all around this next Aegis. The Aegis and Cheese, I think they have to at least get a Rax advantage to feel comfortable in this game, even though it's 15-3 with an 8k gold lead. It does feel like the Spectre's starting to hit a point. Let's say, gobble up, toss it.
Managed to land it onto Skiter. Kisses to follow up. They're on top of him. Is there a set? MiLAN comes in. He's able to tether and take him out.
So much heals.
Him alive. Taiga locked down by the chain. Cookie gets him out to the side. He'll be fine. Deep. They get the Torn here onto Boxi. Focusing down the Night Stalker with Skiter coming across it. They got the damage. They're running Boxi down. Boxi's got the movement speed, but with the BKB, Boranija can just move in, chase on, and cut him down with a sleight of fist. Take down Boxi.
Heals. I mean, they can't kill Skiter when they're all around. It's just way too much sustain, all being thrown onto him.
I mean, that 9k lead to an 8k turns to a 7k. It's going down. Liquid, they've got to come up with a plan to keep this lead going. As I said, any mistake you make against this lineup, the Spectre and her Radiance, it's going to cost you in the long run.
Yep. Their tri-core is starting to really kick up down to 6k. They're really starting to break it here with their itemization and the way they're playing around it. They're
going to land onto Boranija. Pull up, but Boranija, it's going to be safe. 33 quickly press the attack, and Remnant's prepared.
Every single time they were there, and Boxi, he wasn't back to life yet, so he wasn't able to be there. That's the only one that they have to worry about. Press the attack will save versus everything else, but not that hard silence from Boxi. So again, nice stuff from Mud Golems. And yeah, timer really does feel like it's ticking. Roche is back up. Have to assume Liquid wants to try to get that soon, but Haunt is available. The Mud Golems, they're ready to fight here if there is an attempt. We see the scan comes out. They're kind of anticipating that Roche coming out soon, because it does feel like it could be one of those last things for Liquid to really be able to press forward and actually not let the Spectre get so huge as Skiter is spotted.
I mean, Boxi's he's heading up into this. But Boxi's been rooted. He's in a whole lot of trouble. The kisses are coming in from the side. They'll try and get Boxi out. Boxi on the retreat, but he's dead. They cut him down with a sleight of fist. Now 33 healed up. miCKe turns, jumps in with a cookie, but it's not enough damage to kill 33. The Haunt's out in play. As now Golems, they're running them down. miCKe's out with the TP just in time, but iNSaNiA, he's been found. Skiter runs him down. Another kill for Golems. I mean, as I said, this Radiance, it's paying off big time. They managed to hold on, get it done for Skiter, and from now on, it's just looking very hard for Liquid. They got such a lead at the start, but now they're against Spectre. Skiter's hitting all the item time. This Radiance, Manta, 1,000 gold away. These towers are going to push it very close to it. If Liquid weren't able to close it up and make things happen when they were that far ahead that early on, I don't see when it's going to get easier for them to do much as this game scales.
No, they have to get Aegis and Cheese, and they have to just push now. Like 100 seconds, they have to make so much happen on the map. They can't let this go passive at all here in this game. They have to go in this rush. But they just have to commit for it.
Gotta go. Well, what are they being hesitant for here? Are
they don't have much information on the map. They don't really see anything.
I mean, there's no
they see the Ember, but can they actually set up onto him? He has a BKB available. He's gonna disengage.
And qojqva, he's still hovering around the pit. Now we'll see him. He's got SOAC and obviously level 3 Necro, but we do this very quickly. And here we go. Take the Roche here. That looking from Golems doesn't look like it. They will get away with the Aegis and the Cheese. Now, of course, the question is, what can they get done with it?
They got to win big with it here. Boxi, he's the one carrying the Aegis. He's been the one tossed into the middle of everything there. And he's just getting controlled a lot of the time still. They have to. This is everything for Liquid here. If they can't somehow just dominate the next fight, this game is impossible for them. As all these items just keep coming out, just all the now it's a Manta, the very natural item for the Spectre, but Shiva's is about to be finished for Boranija as well. So, we said, just they're dealing with all these summons, and it's starting to look like the game plan from Liquid is hitting its peak and hitting a wall, really.
Golems.
Look at how Golems is playing. Yeah, all sat around Skiter. They know the Haunt is back up in 5 seconds. Bounty's coming.
Boxi, step in for this. Going on to FATA. They got the gobble up sending him in, but the heal from press the attack keeps FATA alive. Crimson Guards pop. Boxi still trying to tap in, but they got the duel. They just have a duel qojqva in the midst of it all. qojqva getting over the Cheese. He's able to get it off. He'll stay alive. Boxi being focused by Skiter. They've taken the Aegis out of the Night Stalker's hands. 33 living through it all thanks to the sustain of MiLAN. Skiter's still in a very healthy place right now as Liquid. They've got to turn and run. Taiga, he's not going to get away from this as he goes down. Skiter heading up to the high ground looking for more. Now hold him in place with the telekinesis, trying to commit on him with the cookie, but they don't have the damage. Skiter's fine. He's able to get away from the little shredder. Not enough damage was done. He just cannot kill this Spectre as Golems just continue to play around Skiter perfectly with all these heals, and Skiter's just not dying.
Yeah, just they couldn't kill anybody. That one there, it was literally just full sustain. Even a stolen tombstone coming out from iNSaNiA onto the high ground there, it's still not enough for them to get any type of kills. I see Crimson Guard popped, all the heals thrown onto these targets, and the damage is just, that's it. Liquid has expended everything there.
And some of these big items coming out as well are just going to make it so much more hard, impossible, it seems, for Liquid to win these team fights. 200 gold, and Boranija is going to have a full Shiva's Guard against Liquid in their summons.
Yeah, it's just great itemization across the board from Golems, and just understanding what they need to do in this game. Just even though it's like what it was like 15, what was it like 15 to 1 or so, 15 to 3 in this game?
I think no, it was like 14 to 1. I think 14 to 1. Yeah, and what a 9K, was it 9K lead? I think it's 9K lead. It
was 9K
lead. They're taking all the they've taken they hadn't taken the bottom tier 2, but they're taking all the others. Just never got the game into a place where they're actually ready and able to poke the high ground. Despite some obviously very good early item timings on Liquid, they just haven't had the power to push it to that extra point. And now we're We're seeing them lose fights and lose this advantage. Fights where they do have the ages, they do have the cheese, but it just doesn't seem like it's enough anymore.
No, and this hard lockdown is, I know, I was mentioning in the beginning how there's not that much lockdown on MudGolems. The duel is actually just, it seemed to be enough in most of these fights. Like one of the targets walks in, either Boxi or qojqva, and they're just hard lockdown the entire duration of their ult, and then they have to just run away or they're dead. Seeming very difficult for Liquid. Close this out versus this massive sustained draft.
And the obvious strength that is still there for Liquid is that if somehow they do manage to win a fight, they will take down the base of MudGolems pretty quickly. And we saw in that last game that at the end of the day, if they can get that one opportunity where someone's dead for 2 minutes, maybe they can emulate what that sort of victory they found in the last game here in game 3. It does require them to actually get the kills on these cores, something that for the last few fights has just seemed to be too much of a task for Liquid right now, as they just continue to lose that advantage that they build up early.
Yeah, they have to somehow get to these backlines and take them out. Somehow just control 33, maybe not go for the kills on him, especially now that he has BKB, but somehow control the Undying, or kill the Undying and kill the IO. Have to get these tosses on from Boxi or from Taiga onto these two backliners. There's just too much healing they're providing.
33. Getting onto iNSaNiA.
Your
Out
name
will.
offends me.
iNSaNiA fine.
Yeah, 33's build, it's all about the, you're the ones initiating on us. I'm just the counter initiator here. I've got my BKB, my Crimson Guard, my Blade Mail. I don't want to be the one jumping in. I want you to be forcing into me because the timer's on you. Yeah, just, again, perfect itemization coming out from MudGolems. It really does feel like that the time is shrinking, if it's already not gone for Team Liquid. Probably is just gone at this point here. We're already getting close to that 35-minute mark. I wanted them to have at least like a Rax advantage by 30 for them to have a shot going into these later stages. The fights are going to get just so much more difficult by the minute.
Liquid. Sort of big items they have coming out. qojqva's got his Basher. Boxi.
Not sure if we pointed this one out, actually. Sorry. MiLAN actually has a... He's actually the one holding the Paladin Sword this whole time, and now he has a Holy Locket. So
that's a lot of heals.
There's a lot of amplified healing going to come out from him, too. If he soul rips the IO as well, tethered to the Spectre, it's like, this is just absurd healing that's going to be coming
It's going to be like a cheese.
Yeah, pretty much. Just jump forward. They've seen iNSaNiA.
33. Trying to walk in for a duel opportunity. Can't quite get in onto Taiga, though. Stun holds him back.
Now they're finally the ones on an aggressor, which is always a little bit of a scare that you're seeing now Liquid actually having to play on the defensive finally. In between all this, MiLAN, he's actually digging every single time off cooldown and then swapping the Paladin Sword back in. Trying to get those salves, of course, for himself.
I mean, when Liquid see MudGolems playing like this, what did Liquid do? They're sending a wolf.
They can't do much of any. They're too scared to initiate the fight because a Haunt will come out, and then at this point they're not strong enough to just fight heads up versus MudGolems. They do at least now have the little Shredder uses the attack damage, and there is a crit on miCKe, so his damage has gone up quite significantly.
I mean, this is the way they can scale, right? He has to go for the right click.
Yeah. He has to go for like double Daedalus Rapier and just go for the 3 multi-shot spread and hope.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally it. That is their late game. miCKe, it's all on miCKe once again. It's all on miCKe to go the full right click build on the Snapfire and carry the game as the Snapfire, which can be done. It is insane the amount of damage and how fast it comes out once you get some of these items out. As miCKe is actually having to pop the BKB as he shows himself top. They're going to look to hunt him down with a Haunt. Trying to chase, but TPs are coming in. 33 still running in, looking for a duel opportunity. Is he going to be able to get it? He's popping the BKB.
This is dead.
He wants miCKe, and he's able to find him. He's in with the duel. miCKe's going to die during it, and Boxi, he might not get out either as they're chasing on. Boxi a little too fast. They'll settle for iNSaNiA instead. Just like that. Another very easy move being made here by MiCKe as that entire lead that Liquid had has come to an end. As it really does feel that this game highly of the domain of MiCKe right now. 1k lead for them. They have the Spectre sitting comfortably at the top. Skiter with his Radiance, Manta, Blade Mail, Skadi all finish here 35 minutes in excellent timing.
Yeah, feels... Yeah, they've hit their timing. Liquid, they weren't able to get enough out of this with their drive. They really had to just get... They had to win the game by now. There's just no way they can come back. The Spectre just way too massive.
And Snapfire, honestly, Snapfire, maybe. I think that is the one thing that could still do something here for Liquid. The chances are low. I mean, you look at the Dota plus win percent, what's it saying? Yeah, 88%, I don't blame it. It's going to be soon in the 90% here for MiCKe, considering the state that the game's in and the fact that they have the Spectre lineup against the Lycan lineup.
Yeah.
But maybe it's miCKe's going to get level 25, 2 Daedalus and a Rapier. Now, that's a lot of money, it's a lot of XP, but it is a possibility.
And then he gets Blink Blade Mail dueled and dies instantly.
Oh, that's the thing as well. He tries to go in with a level 25, use the multi-shot, and one of them's hitting a Blade Mail hero, yeah. And
then he's hitting a Dispersion as well, and another Blade Mail.
Oh, no.
It's very, very, very impossible for Liquid. They're going to have to, if they can get MiCKe to split up, but the way that MiCKe has been playing, you know, they're a smart team. Yep. They don't give the opportunities for Liquid to get all those pickoffs anymore. They're just all playing around each other. And yeah, it's really their game to lose now at this point. It's...
I almost feel bad.
I mean, hopefully we get to the point with the Mortimer, with the Snapfire though, but I don't think it's gonna get there. I think this game's gonna explode really quick here. I think this next Roche is gonna be the big fight crescendo where MiCKe is just gonna probably decimate them. Yeah, I just see these haunts, like the haunt, and he just jumps in with one person, and qojqva is just dead now. So,
I mean, does it sort of surprise you that Liquid weren't able to do more with that early game start? Because to be fair, a lot of that early game when Liquid was pushing towers, getting objectives, it was during this period where Skiter was AFK farming a relic. Like they were doing it against 4 heroes, but as it seems to have panned out, the 4 heroes of MiCKe, it was enough to just stop Liquid from actually pushing down a tier 3 or ever threatening the high ground.
I think maybe they got a little too bloodthirsty and were just looking for kills too much rather than just pressuring objectives. That's the one thing because they were 15-1 with a 9k lead, and then they're still looking for kills, looking for this Spectre. So maybe that could have hurt them. Maybe they could have just forced the issue a little bit more. They didn't go for any type of no mech on their team at all, right? So they don't have that big heal that MiCKe did have in a lot of times. This mech usually allows you to go for those type of pushes easier, so maybe some better itemization. Could have been a couple of things that Liquid could look back to and fix in this game.
Top. We've got the catch. Gonna use the horn to jump over. Secure that duel win for the Legion, and also, of course, check out things around the Roche pit as they're chasing in onto qojqva. qojqva is gonna get the ult out, but the chains are there. qojqva's in trouble. He's able to turn and run with the Lotus, but the chase is there with the Remnant. Boranija is gonna be able to help finish him off as qojqva is dead. Boxi gone as well. iNSaNiA is out. I mean, as you say, it's getting to the point where, I mean, Liquid, they probably will play this out, but it seems very, very unlikely that they're going to be able to turn this game.
Yeah, pretty much a cost. We see FATA buy some new drum charges for himself as he's just walking around, clicking drums, dropping tombstones for his team. Some soul rips too. 33 on the hunt, looking for miCKe. While at the same time, yeah, they're finishing up the rush. And yeah, like you said, Liquid, they're probably going to hang on to it, but this one is well and truly in the books. MiCKe haven't got the kill in how long here? One was the last kill. The MiLAN IO bottom, right? The one that he died bottom, I think, was the last kill that Liquid was able to get.
Radiant's middle tower under attack.
How many minutes ago was that? That was back at about the 26th minute, so yeah, over 30 minutes ago. As MiCKe into the base of Liquid. Liquid are going to have everybody back up, but some big things they're going to have to deal with. Level 24 Skiter. Boranija with that picked up Agonyms. 33 popping the BKB, charging in. Running straight in it. Taiga off the mark with the roll. The team actually finding anything with that BKB usage. But Mud Golems is able to still stand strong. Look towards this tier 3. They're in onto Boxi. Boranija and Skiter, they're just diving into the base here. Taiga will roll across the FATA, but MiLAN comes across, keeps FATA healed up. To dead Taiga, he'll buy back straight away. The chains out again onto qojqva, locking him down. They shoot Taiga forward with the gobble up.
Okay.
He is in onto Boranija, but the heals just bringing Boranija back up to full HP. There's a dieback from Taiga. Liquid just getting destroyed inside their base. As it's an ultra kill for Skiter. Only iNSaNiA is left alive. Nobody with buybacks available on Liquid. As they can take this mid-racks. And almost certainly more. Tier 2s are up on the side lanes, and see how quick that push is. They are going to try and close it with the tier 4s. Onto iNSaNiA they go. iNSaNiA's got the Ghost Scepter. Gonna have Slide in a second, but no chance to use it. He goes down. Buyback from iNSaNiA. Liquid still trying to do their best to hold things. Hold on. And they're losing their tier 4s.
Get that triple remnant in iNSaNiA. He's trying to do anything to survive and have some fun here. As, yeah, this game throne will go down here. They will have one more hero in about 5 seconds, but he won't be able to stop them either.
I mean, iNSaNiA's trying. He's trying his best to slow him. But the Ancient is exposed. They're closing it up. Boranija picking up the Desert to outspeed this one up. As Boranija focusing the objectives, he'll join for a bit of fun as he takes out Boxi with the rest of the team. And there we go. GG, well played is called.